Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 2 and the featured contracts. And today's contract, Omar Reincarnation, set in Whittleton Creek. So today's briefing: you come at the king, you best not miss. Exactly 11 years and 4 months have passed since the legendary shotgun-wielding robber of drug dealers named Omar Little left the drug game. Former Barkside and Stansfield crew Lieutenant Spencer the Hammer Green moved to Whittleton Creek and became a king in his own regard by building a network of guarded stash houses. Remind him that Omar's legacy still lives on and that the game is always the game by eliminating the king and his pawns. And today's contract has been brought to us by Serious Pony. So we have 5 contract targets today. All must be killed with a shotgun, and only the targets can be killed. So we're going to bring with us a silenced shotgun in a briefcase and our trusty lockpick. That's all we're going to need for this one. So right from the start, off the bat, target number 1 is in Nolan Cassidy's house, and target number 1 will be the Hammer. So it's a nice and easy one. We're just going to approach Nolan Cassidy's house, and we're going to go in through the garage, closing the garage door behind us. Remember where the switch is, it's at the back of the room here. And the Hammer is actually in the kitchen, so if we turn on the generator right now, we should snare him. If he's not in the kitchen, turn the generator on anyway, because there is a regular guard who patrols the kitchen and we will need to get rid of him. But today we got quite lucky and our target is the one we've snared. So we're just going to wait for him to turn the generator back on. Or off, should I say. And we're going to shoot him with the shotgun. We're then going to take his body and hide him in the freezer provided. There we go, safely tucked up. So 1 target down, we're going to replace our shotgun in our briefcase. We're going to exit Nolan Cassidy's garage via the garage, and we're now going to make our way over to the house for sale, which is occupied presently by 1 plumber, and we need to take this guy out because eventually he will leave this house and he will go past where we're going to leave one of our bodies. And he will obviously spot that body, so we need him out of our way. So once we get to the house for sale, we can approach the plant pot on the right for the keys, let ourselves in, and knock out the plumber. We can leave his body right there, no one else is going to bother him. So once the plumber is unconscious, we're going to exit via the back of the house and vault over the garden fence where our second target is, and it's one of the 2 garbage men / FBI agent types up on the balcony. So we're going to make our way around to the side of the house, retrieve our silenced shotgun, and we're going to throw our briefcase just over by the balcony there. We want it to just clatter off the bottom of the balcony, and that will attract the attention of our target. He will come round to investigate, and when he does, we can then shoot him with the shotgun. So he's making his way over here now. We want to keep ourselves nicely hidden. Once he's in position, we can just shoot him with the shotgun, and we're going to run out and grab his body, and we're going to hide his body around the side of the house, right up against the building, and this is where the plumber will walk past and see him, hence taking out the plumber. So we're just going to now retrieve our briefcase, just being aware of the party in the open house to our right, because people do look over this way. So once we've got our briefcase and our silenced shotgun stashed up, we can make our way out of the garden towards the front of the house. We're going to lockpick our way into the garage, and we're going to go now for our third target, who is in Janus's basement. So we're going to use the secret tunnel between this house and Janus's house so that no one will see us. So we're going to lockpick our way down into the basement, lockpick our way into this little private room here, like a little mini library. We're going to open the secret door in the bookshelf and make our way through the tunnel. And when we get to the far end of the tunnel, we're going to retrieve our shotgun. There we go. We're going to exit the tunnel into Janus's basement. Somewhere in this basement area is one single guard, and he is our target. And he's right at the other end of the room, so we're going to casually just walk up behind him, wait for him to turn around so he sees us, and shoot him. So, 3 targets down, 2 to go. We're going to hide his body just in case. I don't think anyone else would come down here without some sort of story arc being triggered, but we're not going to risk it. So we're going to make our way back to our briefcase now and replace our silent shotgun, and we're going to make our way back through the tunnel and out of the house on the far side. So 3 targets now taken care of. Those were the 3 easy targets. Our next target, number 4, is not so easy, as we have a number of people we're going to have to get out of our way. So we're going to make our way now to Helen West's garage, and just outside of Helen West's house, between Helen West and Janus's house, we will see a gardener and a copper having a conversation, which we've just triggered. We need to wait for this conversation to play out and both parties to move away. The cop will move off to the right, and the gardener will turn around and do some work on a molehill directly behind him before he also walks off. But once the gardener has attended to the molehill, like now, we're able to lockpick our way into Helen West's garage. At this point we would go and ring Helen West's doorbell normally, but the politician, Mr. Blake, has just arrived, which pulls Helen West to the front door, which is exactly what we wanted. So we're going to close the garage door behind us, drop our briefcase, run into the kitchen and eliminate the server in the kitchen area, render him unconscious, and we're going to drag his body into the deep freeze in the garage. And basically what we're going to do is a rinse and repeat for Helen West as well, but she is currently being held up at the front door. Now if you ring the doorbell, she'll go and investigate, see no one's there, and come straight back. You have just enough time to take out the server and then get back into position. But because of the politician being at the front door, we are having to wait around for a little while they have their conversation. But Helen West is now making her way back to the kitchen. You'll notice we are still hidden behind the door because I'm not quite sure of her routine. She does stand in numerous different places around the kitchen. But we have an opportunity here to sneak in and get behind her. We're going to render her unconscious and we're going to drag her body into the deep freeze. So now we have 2 more people to deal with, one of which is our target. So we're going to retrieve our briefcase, and our target is actually one of the FBI style gardeners out in Helen West's garden. There are 2 of these gardeners, and we need to get rid of the second one, who you can see just sitting down there relaxing. Now part of his routine is to come into the house to use the bathroom. So that's what we're going to wait for. And when he does, we can use our briefcase to knock him out, which doesn't go well for me. So once he's been over to the far end of the garden where he is now, he's having a cigarette I believe, his next stop will be the bathroom. So at this point we want to line up our shot and target his head to throw our briefcase at it and render him unconscious. Unfortunately, I miss, as you can see. So we are staying hidden, and we are just going to pray now that we can either get to the gardener before he gets to the door with the briefcase, or that he turns around at some point and has his back to us. I recommend just following him into the bathroom and knocking him out that way. It is far easier. But he has turned and got his back to us, so we can render him unconscious. We're going to hide his body in the bathroom, and we're going to retrieve his gun, retrieve our shotgun from our briefcase, collect up our briefcase. We're going to approach the back door, and our target is in the perfect position for us by the shed, so we're going to throw our briefcase just to the left of the shed door and try and get it to clatter off of the shed. Now at this point a number of things may happen. Firstly, it will attract the attention of our target, and he will find that briefcase and he will take it away. But the route he takes may be very different. For me, he's coming directly through the house, which gives us a prime opportunity to shoot him in the head. But he may go out through the garden, dispose of the briefcase, and then come back to the garden via the house, which means he'll come in through the front door. So all you've got to do is position yourself appropriately and await his return. So once he does, we can shoot him in the head and we can leave his body there. So that's 4 targets down, 1 more to go, and that is one of Nolan Cassidy's guards, who is in the empty house on the corner opposite Nolan Cassidy. So we are just going to vault out of Helen West's garden and then vault back in to the other garden where there are 3 guards. We're going to retrieve our shotgun once again, and we're going to stay in the bushes right here. And there is our target, and part of his routine will bring him over to the fence near us, quite near us anyway. And when he stops at the fence here, he is pretty much out of sight of the other 2 guards, so we can shoot him in the head. We're going to quickly run and grab his body and drag him into the bushes behind us. And all we have to do now basically is replace our shotgun in our briefcase, vault back over the fence and make good our escape. And I am going to take the bus stop exit as it is the nearest exit to us. So that's 1 more featured contract taken care of, 5 targets eliminated. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.